Welcome to the New Moon Meditation with the Neptune Emissaries. Taking some deep breaths, calming, centering, allowing. Feel your body drop into a place of receiving, relaxation, nurturing. Focusing your energy within the center of your heart space, on your heart flame, blue, pink, golden flame within your heart. With each breath, allow it to expand. Intend for it to expand. Creating a sphere of your heart energy, and with each breath it continues to expand until it reaches 6 feet in every direction from the center of your heart space, with you sitting in your own heart energy. Feel the frequency, sense the subtle energies of your heart energy, the gentle movements, the flow, the colors, the temperatures, the textures, the love and the light frequencies within your heart space, the anatomy of the energy within your heart space. Allow it to fill you, fill your cells with this high frequency love, light, and empowerment. Sending this energy down, now expanding it down to the center of Mother Earth's heart, connecting with her, wrapping it around her heart, magnetically connecting it in. And for some of you who are guided, sending it down to the galactic heart. And breathing up, receiving from Mother Gaia through your energy bodies, and sending your energy with Mother Gaia's energy through your crown chakra to Source. Feel the connection now. Connecting with Source, magnetically connecting in. Allow the Source light to pour down through the top of your pillar. Receiving from Source the love, light, and power coming through, alchemizing with yours and Mother Gaia's energies. Breathing it down to Mother Earth's heart, breathing in and up to Source, breathing out and down to Mother Gaia's heart, sweeping through your energy field as you go, filtering, cleansing, refreshing your field, your energetic signature. Breathing up to Source, breathing out and down to Mother Gaia's heart through your field. Breathing in and up to Source, and out and down to Mother Gaia's heart. We now ask for the angels, the archangels, the ascended masters, and the karmic board to merge deeply and fully with us now through all dimensions of our fields. We ask for our God presences, our guides, our ascension councils, to work in harmonious group consciousness together, so the highest of the highest of the highest will be shown here today for all of us in our here and now. We ask for a temple of Mother Gaia grounding to anchor and activate through all dimensions of our field. We ask for a temple of divine union to anchor and activate through all dimensions of our field. And finally calling on a God Presence communion temple to anchor and activate through all dimensions of our fields. Feel now these high frequencies weaving, braiding through your field, lifting you, enlightening you, activating, raising your vibration, raising you into the temple space. Focusing your energy in the God Presence Communion Temple with a divine crystal at the center. The frequency of this crystal has the Neptune Emissaries signature within, merged with. Connect your brow, heart, and sacral chakras to this crystal now, giving and receiving, connecting. You're safe in a high-frequency temple space, witnessing the connection of the group as all connect with this crystal and therefore with all within the temple. Feel the connection, the group consciousness, the unity consciousness. And again, breathing up and down your pillar, anchoring your centeredness within the temple space, breathing up to source, breathing out and down to Mother Gaia, up to source, down to Mother Earth, while giving and receiving connection with the crystal and therefore all beings within this temple space. As the Neptune Emissaries join us,
the Neptune Emissaries form a circle all around the group in the temple. And start transmitting their group energy to shape a sphere, a dome, around all souls within the temple. Feel this connection, connect to the high frequency energy that starts to fill the dome. It is very crystalline, light blue liquid light that starts to fill the dome from the floor of the God Presence Communion Temple. If there are any fears or worries coming up in regards to liquid light, hand them over to the Neptune Emissaries or your support team. They're coming up from the lower mind, the lower emotional centers, to be transformed. The dome fills with beautiful light blue liquid light. And the Neptune Emissaries emit high frequencies into this liquid light. They ask you to connect to this now and surrender more deeply into your inner realms. As you start to witness a sensation of being seated but floating within this high-frequency liquid light. They ask you to go deeper within, surrender, and witness this process within yourself. Remain grounded by connecting to your pillar, but experience this floating sensation as well. If you feel the need to stretch out as you float, or change your body position within the temple, do so, the Neptune Emissaries state. Assume a body position that is comfortable for you here in the temple, within the liquid light as you float. Allow yourself to relax more and feel free. Surrender. Drop deeper into your inner world while remaining conscious and aware of your journey. And as you drop deeper into your inner world, the dome becomes a Group Merkaba. And in this Group Merkaba of liquid light, all souls will travel to Neptune now on the inner realms. Starting in 3, 2, 1, now. The Neptune Emissaries smile and ask you to particularly enjoy this sensation of floating in liquid light as you astral travel in Group Merkaba. It is a unique sensation, they state. Enjoy it, take it in. It is one you will remember, and many of you will deeply enjoy. It is very special and offered to you by your God Presence, your Spirit, your Divine Presence. And as we arrive on Neptune in the inner realms, the dome finds its place in natural surroundings and automatically fills out to a full sphere, fully filled with beautiful liquid light that was already inside of the dome. The first thing the Neptune Emissaries would like you to do is to ground your pillar through the core of Neptune to the core of Gaia, and for some of you even beyond that to the core of the galaxy. Then all the way up through the core of Gaia, through the core of Neptune, all the way up through your higher chakras to Source. Re-establish your pillar, maintaining your connection to both realms now on the inner planes. Again, this allows you a stable astral travel connection and a journey. The next thing to notice, they state, is the temperature of the liquid light around you will start to change for you. But for some of you, this will mean it will be heating up. And for others, this will mean the liquid light will be cooling down. And this is a unique situation, for you are here in Group Merkaba, connected to all other souls, but you are on your own unique journey of experience. Some of you may feel the urge to start moving around the sphere of liquid light. And you may notice that it seems to have no boundaries any longer. It seems to go on forever in all directions. Yet others will have the experience of wanting to comfortably stay where they are sitting or floating. And the sphere will feel very small and comfortable, just the right size. In this is a deeper understanding that each one of you can perceive everything, each element, in a very unique fashion, yet still all be connected within a group consciousness, collective experience. And this is interesting as well for your earthly incarnation and any other incarnation, for that matter, the Neptune Emissary state, where there is a collective consciousness experience and individualized missions, journeys, and experiences. They are not separate, they are all connected. Yet when one soul explains they have been to the sphere on Neptune in the liquid light, the beautiful light blue liquid light, one will speak of a smaller sphere with cooler liquid light, whereas another will speak of an endless, warm sphere filled with other aquatic beings. And so both were having the same collective consciousness experience, yet the stories, the individualized stories, are totally different. And this particular lesson and perspective serves you well to hold deep within your soul's journey as you live your earthly incarnation and create from there. That even though circumstances may feel and seem very much the same, for the collective coming from the eyes of the individual, the understanding that it will most likely be perceived very differently through the eyes of another with different circumstances, missions, goals, choices, is very relevant to understand. So speaking of a collective experience, collective surroundings, collective environment and timelines, is to understand that it still comes from an individual perspective. Yet, generalized circumstances will be the same. There is a sphere filled with liquid light on the inner realms of Neptune, supported by the Neptune Emissaries. Those elements are all similar and the same, but when you dive deeper in, everything changes for each individualized perspective, they state. For each of you, and for some as smaller groups, a unique element will now be introduced to this sphere of liquid light. And for most it will involve connection to aquatic beings. For some this will be Neptune's soul extension. For others, spirit animals and creatures, yet for others high-frequency energetic shapes, sacred geometric shapes, and other lessons. So each of you will now have an individualized experience, but you may notice that there are a few or a group of other souls with you to connect with you for this particular part of your journey. There will be Neptune Emissaries specifically assisting you and guiding you, and there for you if you need to release any part of your experience here. For the main part, enjoy, drop deeper into it and take it all in, for it is all very transformative and particularly connecting you to the energetics of freedom of creation.
Some of you may be experiencing emotions flowing through with the high frequency of the liquid light, assisting you to raise in vibration, lighting up the areas of distorted emotion, of pain, of lack, of unworthiness, of fear, concern, worries, guilt, resentment. Many emotions, attachments may be triggered in this space. Handing it over to your teams, assisting it to continue to flow through and out, letting go with each breath, breathing up and down your pillar and allowing these emotions to evaporate, to flow through you without attachment. To know all is well even though there are constrictions as it moves through, contractions of the heart, or the solar plexus, or the hara, or the brow, or the throat, or the thymus. Allow it to move through as the contractions open, shift, tighten, open, shift, tighten. Allow these emotions to flow through, creating space for the high frequencies, for emotional clarity, for high mental clarity. For clarity in your creative purpose. Allow and let go. Allow the tears to flow if necessary, without attachment. Allow sound without attachment. Continue to breathe and let go. Asking your body to free up, to surrender as these emotions flow through with the assistance of the liquid light and the emissaries supporting you. Some of you may already be journeying, others there are doorways, pathways opening, inviting you into other parts of the inner realms of Neptune, journeys for you to flow through, to witness more of who you are, to activate parts of you. Allow now for these doorways to open to you. Allow the flow in your field to float, to swim. To move with ease and grace through these pathways. Some will be seeing different environments, colors, possibly different timelines, past lives, experiences, different realms. Some of you will be traveling to areas on and within Neptune to meet loved ones, soul family, your own soul extensions, to connect, to merge with, to be with, to remember more fully who you are, to activate gifts and masteries within yourself, to anchor in this lifetime. Allow and flow whatever it is your experience. Some of you may still be within the initial sphere, releasing emotions, and this is divine for you. Allow, surrender, trust. This is your pathway of letting go of deep emotions that are ready now. Feel the gratitude for this process and let go. Feel the love in your heart for your personality self and all that your emotional body goes through, has gone through. Feel the gratitude, feel the compassion, and allow support and allow the letting go, the relieving of the pressures of these old emotions no longer needed. The lessons are complete now. Allow the energy to move through, to shift through, surrender through. If you are traveling, also allow for shifting of your bodies, letting go different parts of yourself as you move through, allowing for space of the new energetics you are collecting on your journey, activating, opening to remembering, receiving into different energetics, different chakras. Awakening different parts of your DNA, different areas of the lower mind to remember ways of being, ways of doing, ways of creating. Reminding of how your energetic signature is moving through your specific ascension process, awakening, lighting up the pathway ahead, lighting up the truth in your heart, the joy of remembering, the joy of seeing, feeling, knowing. This is where I am. This is who I am. This is how I am to do. This is how I be. And let go again to the attachment of this or that. Acknowledge and allow it to flow through again, like the emotions, the energy moving through. This is the key. The Neptune Emissaries state that to always remember the wisdom that moves through, the knowledge that transforms into wisdom, to not hold tight to this, to not hold tight to anything, to constantly be aware, very aware, focused on always allowing the flow, always letting go of the attachment to. This is how it is, they say. As it is always changing, it is always evolving. Your perceptions shift and change with each moment. Each time, each space that you're in, you are a new being with more knowledge, with more wisdom. Allow things to constantly evolve within you. Never hold the truth. Allow it to flow through you and evolve and shift. Allow the motion like the river of life. New information, new sparks of source running through you, constantly evolving. And you will be given the information in divine order for your being, in divine timing for your being. If you learn a fraction of the truth at a frequency level that you're ready for, later on as your frequency rises, you will learn more of the truth, 3/4 of the truth, and then 100% when you are ready. Allow for the flow of each level of truth to move through you. However, again, they share to let go of the tight attachment, the constriction of this is how it is. They say let go now of these types of behaviors, habits. It strangles the creativity within you. It strangles, it distorts the flow of divinity through you, the power that you have. The laser-like focus becomes distorted. Breathing up and down your pillar now to source, down to earth, through Neptune. Feeling held by the liquid light sphere, whether it is infinite for you or the comfortable smaller space where you are releasing. Feel the connection to all beings that have traveled with you. Feel the deep heart knowing the unity, the purpose for all of you here. The creative spark within your heart that drives you to know more, to feel more, to be more, to expand further. Feel that within each and every one of you, within the liquid light sphere, traveling different perspectives through the inner realms of Neptune. Feel the unity of knowing each and every one of you have the same source, spark that lights you up.
the Neptune Emissaries charge the liquid light sphere with a new high frequency energy now. And this gently invites all souls to come back, return to a deeper group consciousness, collective experience. And they smile and state in which each individual soul will still have their own journey. However, there is a strong group consciousness connection within it as well. You will all be receiving the transmission and activation of 24 Aqua Glyphs, 12 for the front of your 12 primary chakras, the transmissional side, and 12 for the back of your 12 primary chakras, the receptive side. These glyphs will be the same for each soul present. However, the effects of these glyphs and transmissions through these glyphs and activations of these glyphs will be highly unique and individualized for each soul. Just as every soul responds different to different temperatures, colors, and any stimulus and input, the same goes for these glyphs. They are universal in their energetic signature. However, how each soul's core energetic signature responds to the glyphs will be very different. Some of the glyphs for some of your chakras may be very opening and freeing and clearing. For others, tightening, structuring, creating a pattern that is very much needed in your field for your creations. All of this guided by your spirit, and your spirit inviting you to manifest and live your highest potential timelines, choices in your creations, in your earthly incarnation, on your mission. There are different ways for each soul to receive these 24 glyphs. For some souls, it will be most beneficial to receive the transmissional and receptive glyph pair for each chakra together to remain balanced. For other souls, it'll be most beneficial to receive all of the transmissional glyphs first for the front of the 12 chakras. And yet for other souls, it'll be most beneficial and in the highest to receive the 12 receptive glyphs first. And according to which group your spirit feels and knows suits you best, you will now be divided in this trinity of groups. The pairing of the glyphs, transmissional first or receptive first. And this will happen now in 3, 2, 1, now. Your spirit and your Neptune support team and your spiritual support team may share with you in which group you have been placed and perhaps why. This will give you deeper insights into the workings of your own energetic signature and what you are specifically needing at this time to create more power, freedom, and flow within your expressions and creations, to be more flexible as a creator in your earthly incarnation. All processes will start simultaneously. If you are in the group that will receive the 12 transmissional glyphs first, it will be a two-step process. You will first receive the 12 transmissional glyphs, and the second step will be to receive the 12 receptive glyphs. If you are in the receptive group, it'll be the other way around, and if you are in the paired group, you will start with the highest chakra, your soul star chakra, work through the 12 pairs to the earth star chakra. The total time spent here in no time, no space, they smile, will be the same for all three groups. The glyphs will be placed and activated by the Neptune Emissaries streaming frequency through into them, and then they will start to affect, change, add on, expand, structure your chakras and energy bodies in accordance with your spirit's plan. This process starts in 3, 2, 1, now, and your spirit and the Neptune Emissaries state for you to be relaxed and receptive. Expand your energy bodies where you feel you need to, and keep flowing your pillar up to source, down through the core of Neptune, to the core of Gaia, and perhaps to the galactic core if guided. And hold that point of stillness as you receive. Do not be drawn into any storylines, but remain conscious as you receive the powerful activation of these glyphs. If this process in the beginning feels uncomfortable or overwhelming, simply breathe through this sensation, because the Neptune Emissary state, again, it is merely a sensation. Master this, rise above, breathe through these sensations, and trust your spirit is bringing you ever more expanding experiences and more empowerment within your earthly incarnations and creations. As there is a lot of high frequency energy and activations flowing through your field, make it a primary goal to remain present and conscious, and really feel where your energy body needs expansion, and hand over any limiting thoughts and emotions to your team for transformation. This is a very healing process as well, the Neptune Emissaries state. Keep breathing up and down your pillar as you receive and transform. It'll be very common for all of you to see or feel many different colors and temperatures, feel different energetic movements like swirling or rotating, buzzing, humming, moving back and forth, up and down, spinning, all sorts of elements within your field. Hold your point of stillness as you receive these activations. %32 complete for all three groups. The Neptune Emissaries state that for about 1/3 of you, irrespective of what group you are in, you will have energy releases from some of your chakras, either through the front or the back, which may feel like bubbles popping. Allow those to pop. It is old energy leaving you. Do not be concerned with this. This is a positive flow, and you're letting go of old energetics, which will be transformed for you within the liquid light pool. For most of you, these glyphs at some stage will connect you more deeply to your light language, speaking, singing, expressing in different ways, writing, your own dialect, or multiple dialects, soon or in the future in your earthly timeline. These glyphs will assist in the remembrance of your connection to the different light languages, the many light languages that are already held within your spirit. %55 complete for all three groups. You are all doing very well. The Neptune Emissaries smile. 77% complete now. Keep breathing deeply up and down your pillar, expanding your energy bodies where necessary. And as best you can, enjoy this process. It is such a powerful process for your multidimensional development. They state these glyphs only need activation, reactivation once in your earthly incarnation. However, they can be refreshed if your spirit deems necessary. %, complete for all three groups. Different flows of blues, purples and reds, indigos, violets. Start completing the flow, the transmission, the activation process for all three groups. Hold your point of stillness. Keep breathing up and down your pillar for the completion of this 24 glyph process. The Neptune Emissaries share that the effects of these changes and readjustments, realignments created by these glyphs will ebb out into your linear timeline over the coming weeks and months. They can be seen as continual adjustments until your spirit feels and knows all is aligned for you. So do not be surprised at the continual effects after you have completed this session in your linear earthly timeline. They smile, and you may even be made aware of the different changes created specifically by these 24 glyphs, for all often works together. So many variables on the spiritual multidimensional path that it is hard to know what creates what, because it is a symphony of many factors working together. If relevant, your spirit or your Neptune Emissary team will let you know specifics that have been created in your timeline due to the connection to these glyphs. Sealing up this process now, as all souls come together in one very large circle within the blue liquid light sphere.
Focusing your energy into the center of this circle. There is a tiny crystal surrounded by ore at the center. The Neptune Emissaries want to guide you to focus on this tiny crystal as a process to assist in your awareness moving forward with what you have received in this session on Neptune, focusing, witnessing, receiving the information from this tiny crystal. It is a lesson, they say. Some of you may be seeing, feeling, or knowing several beings are merging their energies with this crystal, are reaching out energetically, weaving in to the center of this crystal their own energetic signature. This crystal, they state, is visually tiny. Yet if you were to go through it, within it, it expands and expands and expands and expands. It is infinite. Allow your energies now to connect to this tiny crystal, to give, to receive, to know, to feel, to see the gifts that you have received today in this session. The crystal wants to show you. The crystal is communicating to you. The crystal is connecting all within the circle. Some of you may experience the feelings. The feeling of joy, bliss, the deeper knowing and alignment of your spirit within your heart. Some of you may be witnessing visual symbols, signs. Solidifying the downloads you have received. Some of you will need to be still. Hold peace in your heart and your mind. To just be. To not receive, to not see anything, to not feel or know anything. To just be. This is your divine experience. Some of you will have an active role in the weaving of the energies with this crystal and the group, the unity. This crystal connects as a grid, a creation grid. The power of the group is assisting each and every being in their creation process. The power of the group has activated the grid lines. And this crystal holds space for empowerment of your creations and all beings within this temple space, within this liquid light sphere. This very much alive being, this crystal being, is now giving each and every soul here a spark of their own crystal being to hold within the heart. Again, the Neptune Emissaries state, it does not matter how big or small. This tiny crystal is giving the tiny piece, a tiny spark of itself now to each and every one of you. Hold it within your heart space, and you may go within it and expand and see the grid lines of your creations flow through these lines. Move through without attachment. This crystal will support you on your path as you surrender to your creations, do your creations, be with. Hold this crystal within your heart now, as the original being in the center of the space activates and stabilizes the crystal within your heart. So it becomes one with you now. Breathing up and down your pillar. Letting go of any emotions that may have been activated. Trust, have faith, and know your spirit is guiding the way. This tiny crystal, this infinite crystal at the center of the space, sends out its own bliss and joy at being able to serve and to share its oneness with you. This completes your time here on Neptune. We thank this divine crystal, this divine sphere of liquid light, the Neptune Emissaries and all beings involved. As the Merkaba is activated once again, calling all of your energies from Neptune into your heart space, into your center, as we are now going to travel back to the God Presence Communion Temple. Before we leave, they ask again for you to breathe up and down your pillar, to source through Neptune to Earth, stabilizing, centering, to source out and down to Mother Earth through Neptune. The Merkaba is now leaving. Feel the floating, the movement. Feel the difference within yourself as you travel back to the God Presence Communion Temple. Feel the frequency within the sphere, all beings present. Feel the lightness in your energetic cells. As you come back to the God Presence Communion Temple, letting go of connection through your pillar to Neptune, now anchoring your pillar from source to earth, breathing up to source, settling your energies in the temple, breathing down to Mother Earth, connecting again with the crystal at the center of the temple space. Feeling again the difference within yourself, the lightness, the expansion, the unity within the group. The Neptune Emissaries honor you. Thank you for your participation in this divine ceremony, receiving the Aqua Glyphs on Neptune. May you be blessed with the experiences, the mastery, the gifts you will be receiving over the time to come, they say. We thank them and all beings involved within this ceremony. We ask for all this energy work to be sealed, to integrate with grace, with ease, with love, with light, with empowerment. We thank our presences, our ascension councils, our support teams, the temples, Mother Gaia. We send all of this energy work down to the heart of Gaia to be accessible for all who are ready. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So be it, so be it, so be it, it is done. Breathe deeply up and down your pillar. Bring all of your consciousness and awareness fully back into your body, into your here and now. Feeling your center, feeling your heart with the divine spark of the crystal, with all of the glyphs activated in your field, ready, peaceful, blessing your experience in your creations. Many, many blessings.